What's good, family? Smash the like button, subscribe, and lick off the bell. We got some breaking news right now. Your man's Gervonta Tuck Tuck Davis is down bad. This is what happens, you see, in life. The Most High always slaps those who get too gassed. Yeah, and your man's Leonard Snouterby, aka Leonard Ellerby, aka Leonard Noserby, had got a little bit too big for his branches. He started layering off about, weak tank sells pay-per-views and we can sell pay-per-views against anyone we want and this, that, the other. Oops. We now know, or a confidential Showtime informant has leaked the fact that Tank Davis, aka Tuck Tuck Davis, has flopped with approximately 50,000 pay-per-view buys. Now, $50, that works out. To be fair, it's not bad. It's still 2.5 million, but by the time you've worked all the expenses off that, Tuck Tuck is down bad. That's what we do know. He down bad, and rightfully so. Because I told you, man, I'd never heard of Isaac Cruz. Fair play to him. He had some alright skills, but for me, it's kind of like, what's the point? If you're going to end up fighting people who are half decent, as Isaac Cruz actually is, why not go in there with someone properly decent? Yeah? Everyone I know believes, well, most people I know believes Tank will have Lomachenko, for example. What are you waiting for? The fact that Tuicofimo Lopez has had to go, the fact that Devin Haney wanted to go, people forget, Tank's not Tank, when he first came along, he was the young one. And the way he acts, many people still believe he's the young up-and-comer, but the truth is, Tio and Devin are younger than Tank. Tank's the old dog now. He's old. Yeah? He's been hanging around holding Floyd's pocket for way too long. He needs to lead the nest. And the fact that the worst thing is for me is the fact that even after these pay-per-view flops, and don't get me wrong, they've wheeled out Steven Espinoza. Oh, it wasn't that, and you're lying. It was that. Every fight we hear about the pay-per-views, think about it. All the Mayweather fights we hear about, oh, he sold 4.5 million pay-per-views. Now all of a sudden, no, Espinoza's saying, well, we don't release pay-per-view numbers. Since when? We heard about every single Floyd fight. Oops. In fact, we even heard about Tank's fights for the last few. Oops. But now all of a sudden, Tank flopping, all of a sudden it's confidential. Yeah, alright. You did 50k, and rightfully so. And I'm glad that finally the fans are listening, because I told you already, if I ran the world, there wouldn't be one pay-per-view buy for that fight. There wouldn't be one, and there wouldn't be one ticket sold. What's that for what? That's as good as nothing. That's good for nothing, that fight. Yeah? Good for nothing. And it should be treated as such. But like I said, the worrying thing for me is the fact that Team Mayweather, I've told you 6 months ago I said that I'm hearing from people close to the situation, yeah, that Mayweather is scared of Tank undermining his legacy. He wants to keep Tank in a nice little box and keep him where he can kind of manage his career and make sure he don't do nothing too good. Yeah? Because I don't care what no one says. Mayweather, he fought De La Hoya. Now, I'm not saying Lomachenko is De La Hoya level, but these are the fights you have to be taking to get a name. Floyd fought De La Hoya. Yeah, and De La Hoya was old, but so is Lomachenko old. It's weird. I don't get it. And besides, how good are you? How much from Baltimore are you? Oh, man, you know I'm from Baltimore, are you? You're not showing it. You're showing us you're from Bitchmore. Oops. Yeah, that's the only more you're from. Big old bitch. You're from big old Bitchmore. 100%. There's not even a bit of Balti in there. There's no Baltimore, it's Bitchymore. That's where you're from. Yeah? And you best believe, you're all the way from Bitchymore. Yeah? You're a full Bitchymore. You're a full Bitchymore resident. 100%. But anyway, like I was saying, the fact they're talking about rematching or putting the fight with Rolly Romero back on is just sad. Tank, your career is down bad. And super duper sad. That's the facts. Yeah? And the thing is about Tank, he ain't the sharpest in the box. He's not going to be questioning this. Wait there a minute. I'm sold. I just sold. My pay-per-view just flopped. Is this the guy I want to be? That's what you need to be asking yourself, Tank. Do you want to be known as the guy who had all the potential but was held back? Because the thing is, people, this era, there isn't loads of big names. There's not a lot of stuff going on. If you wait too long, everyone's going to have had a go on everyone already. But then again, that's the strategy Floyd made. But that's the thing. Someone else said the other day that Floyd, the problem with Floyd is he thinks he's too smart. He thinks he's way too smart for his own good. And as a result, he thinks, oh, I made X amount, I made quite a bit of money, and I made the money because I'm so smart. I made the money doing it a certain way, i.e. fighting really old, washed fighters. Floyd fought De La Hoya, Floyd fought Mosley, Floyd fought Cotto, all was old. What Floyd doesn't realise is that we're in a different era now. This isn't 2010 where there's no other sports on. The UFC's there now. That's taken most of the bag. That's the truth. UFC doesn't even have to put a proper headliner on, and they're doing 500,000 pay-per-views. That is literally Floyd's numbers. But the difference is, Floyd was selling 500k twice a year. UFC's doing it once a month or more. For fun. That shows you where the market's gone. And unfortunately, there ain't no market for bum fights, and rightfully so. I'm glad the UFC's taken, because the UFC, it doesn't have massive names as such, but it has a load of, like UFC doesn't have the Pacquiao or the Mayweather who's going to do 2 million or 1 million pay-per-view buys in a decent fight. But what it has is, it has a load of 500k dons. They can sell 500k for fun. And that's soaked up. Every weekend or every other weekend, you've got a UFC event taking 500k. People ain't trying to watch bum fights in boxing when they know there's a decent UFC fight coming up next weekend. And rightfully so. So, Tank, who do you want to be? Do you want to be known as the man who stood there in the back, like a sideman? Or do you want to make your own career? It's up to you at this point. And to be honest, what do I think Tank going to do? He's going to sit there, he's going to be a sideman. He's going to carry on holding Floyd Mayweather's pocket. Yeah? Because like I said, he a full bitch more resident. Yeah? Listen. Announcing Gervonta Tuck Davis out of Bitchmore. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's what I spoke to Michael. Who was it? I spoke to Michael Buffer. He said, yeah. We're going to fix that for next time. Because even Michael Buffer said, I'm sick of this dude fighting bums. Or not even bums. Isaac Cruz won a bum, but you know what I'm saying. He weren't certified either. He weren't game bred. Sorry, no. He just weren't no name, bottom line. And then no one try and watch it.